Welcome to Hack the File. I'm Michael Lopez, and today we're going to go over um, Cybersecurity Blue Team Toolkit. Enjoy. All right, let's talk about Cybersecurity Blue Team Toolkit. It's right here. This is my new book that I found. So, a little history on this. I actually got an email from one of my professors at Boise State University, and it was saying, make sure you pick up your books before class starts. And this was in a class that I was going to take, but I didn't. And so I was kind of looking at it and I was like, man, I should have took this class. I've taken a bunch of classes similar to this, but this book is really awesome. So I thought, well, I'll just buy the book and then just study it myself. So, which is a whole nother topic if you want to get into that later. But so this is Cybersecurity Blue Team Toolkit by Nadean Tanner. And I'm basically going to go through a quick little run through of my thoughts on this book and how cool it is and stuff like that. So let's go to chapter 1. Fundamentals of networking and security tools. What you'll learn in this chapter: ping, IP config, trace cert, NS lookup, nstat, putty. So, okay, so here's my cyber defense book, right? I'm going to open this up and I'm going to get ready to put in a bunch of information to get out of this book. So, this book is basically for, okay, let's say that you like cybersecurity, right? You were like, man, I want to get into this. And you don't want to go get a degree because you're like, I've already got a degree. I don't, want to get a degree. Or you're just like, I just don't want to get a degree. I don't want to be in debt. And let's say you don't want to do a boot camp. You're like, I don't want to do a boot camp either. Books like this, I think, in conjunction with some guidance, would be great. So let's say you take this book, and I'll go more into what my thoughts are on this. Let's say you go through this book, page at a time, and you read everything, and you write down stuff in your book here. You're writing down notes. You would have to go and research everything as well. That's what I would recommend. So what you're going to do is you're going to research ping. You're going to research IP config. Everything you can about. You're going to research everything because basically that's what you're doing in college is you're researching. You're doing hands-on, and this book gives you hands-on stuff. Basic hands-on. You're going to do basic hands-on in school with a lot of research, and so you're gonna in school they want you to research everything. Okay, and that's like every assignment is research. So, and my audience, you guys already know that, right? And so there's a lot of degree versus um, 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 boot camps and stuff like that out there, but I'm not gonna say degree versus nothing. I don't care about anything. You know what I mean? The reason why I got a degree is because I got bored. So I got bored. I had already had an associate's degree. I already was a software engineer, electrical engineering technician for many years, and I thought, man, I'm getting bored. I need to learn something new. So I started looking at programs online that where I could get at least like 40 credits for my associates towards my bachelor's. And I found the Boise State was basically had a program like that and it was in cybersecurity. So I thought, man, that's great. Let's learn that. So then I went on a learning voyage because basically I was bored. I didn't need to. I was making pretty good money as a electrical engineering technician. I mean, it's a niche. That's a niche market in itself. But I was like, man, no, I need to learn something new. So I don't really, to me, I think, learning is the key, right? However you learn, but I would say you would have to learn the right way, right? So you got to know of things, you got to know how things work, and you got to know a lot of things about it, right? And you got to practice those things. So, like, I think this book is great, right? So let's go into this and let's go to the ping, right? So, um, before heading off to cybersecurity conference Black Hat in Las Vegas, a friend of mine, Douglas Brush, posted on his LinkedIn page a warning for other InfoSec professionals. He said, I don't go to these events to buy curtains for the house. No, he says, don't go to these events to buy curtains for the house when you don't have concrete for the foundation poured yet. Too many times in many years, I've been informed that, by information technology, I have seen people forget they need the basics in place before they use their shiny new tools. Now, that goes to basically what I just said. Learn this book. Go through this book. This is all the basics, right? Um, but I'm not a big fan on people pushing their philosophies on other people. So you like they have the right to say this, and this is their advice. So if you were smart, you would take it, and it's sound advice and wise advice. But there's a lot of people out there that are just good, okay, and they can start doing advanced stuff, and then go learn the basics later and still be better than you, right? So that's kind of up for grabs. I question everything. I don't like I I'll read something like this and I'll say, okay, that's sound advice, right? Some sage advice, and I personally have to follow that advice, right? I'm one of those learners that start me at the start. I want to know, I need to know the basics before I move on, right? Because I did Taekwondo and martial arts, right? And in martial arts, they don't start you at advanced, right? They start you at the basics, and it's boring, right, for a while. But then after a while, you can do the advanced stuff, and it gets funner. So that's basically how I was trained in that stuff. So I learned like that. But there's a lot of people that are self-taught, right? I don't know if what's the word, autodidacts, that are autodidacts or whatever, that are self-taught, that shit. You tell them something like this, and they're like, "Yeah, you waste your time with that." So I don't know. Anyways, but see, that's my philosophy, and I'm not trying to push it on you, so I really don't care. You can do whatever you want to do, But yeah. So ping. So this goes through ping, right? If you're at least intermediate, I don't have to explain what ping is, okay? But this book, it goes through pretty good, and besides her philosophies about it, um, they go through what's it called, and why, when it was started. So it's just basic stuff, right? But it's awesome because I've learned something in here. They'll go through like the ping of death and stuff, and they'll give you examples on how to do it. So like for instance, right here, minus T. No, I knew this, but I didn't know it was called like the ping of death, or what I mean. So pings that specify hosts until stopped with Control C, and that's an important thing. Control C gets you out of a lot of different applications. Ping minus T is also known as the ping of death. It can be used as a DOS attack, and you all know that, right? But the basic or the entry level cybersecurity guy doesn't really know that, and this is a great place to find all this stuff out. And like I said, I recommend write it down. I've already written it down already, right? So, um, I mean, there's a lot of great things you can do with ping right here. Like you can get the timestamp with the counter hops, and all this stuff. So, and these are, I guess, they're what they want you to know, or what they think is the most important. Here's another important thing. Did you know that you could ping yourself? So I like the way they word this too. Like, did you know you could ping yourself? If you don't know, you don't know, right? I didn't know until like maybe last year. I was doing an assignment, and I needed to send data back to myself, or yeah, ping. I think I had to ping myself. I don't remember, but something I had to do with my host, and I was like, how do I do that? Without entering my IP address and all that. So I started looking up, and I found this, and I went, oh, okay, I guess you could do that, you know. And so this is like a shortcut to do all that, right? But this tells you right off the back, right, about that. That's very important. That's cool to know. And or if you see people referencing that, you're like, what the heck is this number? You know, at least you'll know now. Oh, that's a loopback, you know, loopback address. It tells you what it's called. It gives you an examples right here. So like you know, pingexample.com, it actually gives you practical experience in this book, which I think is awesome, right? You need practical experience. You can't just research everything and know everything without trying it yourself, because um, if you start, you're gonna have to work those kinks out anyways, those bugs out. So you need hours and hours of practice through this book or whatever. Or by the time you get to the end of the book, we'll pick up another book, right? ipconfig, nslookup. So this, you know, not everybody knows what nslookup is, right? But um, in here, it gives you a really good example of how to use it and what it is, and it's just a great book. Okay, so now we'll go down to, so you know, you can do troubleshooting Microsoft Windows. I'm going to do this section about myself because I have no clue. Well, I probably do, but I didn't. I didn't associate it with troubleshooting Microsoft Windows or something. I don't know, but I know how to use path ping. You know, and I've never even heard of this. I don't think, you know. So I mean, I'm going to go through this chapter, and you know, I'm always learning. I'm not going to front. Like I said, I'm not here with an ego or pretend that I know everything about cybersecurity and all that. All I can tell you is that I'm learning constantly, and that's all you can do. You know what I mean? Learn constantly, and better your knowledge of cybersecurity, right? And so this is just a badass book. You know, it's got Nmap in here. So here's your ports, your protocols, your services, your OS, and you can do way more with it. You can run like scripts with Nmap. And on TryHackMe, it shows you how to run scripts on it and stuff like that. TryHackMe is awesome, right? So I would say, like, in conjunction with TryHackMe too, or Hack the Box or whatever, this book and stuff like that, I mean, you'd be awesome, right? So like in my degree, I'm doing a lot of research and all that stuff, and I'm doing a lot of practical projects and hands-on stuff like that. I'm learning a tremendous amount of knowledge through books and all that stuff. So, but but you can take the book. You can take a book like this, and then you can do the examples, and then you know, do, like I said, do some research, um, and then go and get your certifications. Right? Go get certified. Go get your CompTIA Security Plus, and I think that's on the same par, like with a degree. I feel, because, well, yeah, minus the Mr. Know-it-all. Oh yeah, I've done research on all this stuff. You still have the practical knowledge, right? So, and then you can do all that research later on the job. So that's why, you know, I don't want to get into a debate like that, you know. But I'm a strong believer in different. You know, so let's say somebody goes into a job and they say, well, they know how to do this, right? But why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? If they don't know why they're doing it, then I think they need to go research why, right? And then that's what degrees do. They tell you why, right? So I got a quick story, real quick. You know, I was an electrical engineering technician, and I just graduated. Thought I was all smart and bad. And then so I'm in there, and there's this other person that got hired. He doesn't have a degree, but he's doing the same position as me. He doesn't have a degree or anything, right? You know, and so he's teaching me how to do something, and he basically says, hey, you know, you got to do this and that. You got to do this like this. And then I looked at him, and I could tell by the way he said that he didn't know why. And I go, but why do I have to do that like that? Do you know? I was being a prick or something. I don't know. But in reality, it all goes back to the degrees teach you why, and teach you how, but teach you why too. So I go, do you know why? And it was very important why, right? Because you could have blew up a capacitor. So he was saying that you had to, something about a capacitor where you had to, you know, hey, you got to make sure it's faced this way. You know, this is something basic. And I was like, do you know why it has to be faced that way? He goes, because the boss told me. So, you know, I would say that's one of the main things between all those three things, boot camps, degrees, and autodidacts. But or somebody that learns on his own, he can learn why too. So it's all ridiculous. But anyways, that's why I like books. Okay, books don't lie. Okay, and you can't lie to yourself. So I'm gonna go through this section because I have no clue how to do any of this probably, right? And most of this stuff I do, like I don't know about, I don't know much about that, but well, yeah, the log analysis and agents and stuff, yeah, log based intrusion detection. So this is something that if I was getting into the hardcore defense field, I'd have to know about all that, right? So this is a great book. Okay, now Wireshark. I'm gonna make a video on this Wireshark, and I'm gonna follow the instructions on this step by step. It's gonna be another video. That's a great thing. So I mean, and then Metasploit. I'm gonna do Metasploit because I've done a lot of Wireshark and a lot of Metasploit, and it seems like they want to cut to the chase. Yeah, people use Wireshark all the time. They use Metasploit, so they want to teach you the fun stuff, and which is fine. And this is all the fun stuff, but all this other stuff is you need to know too, right? So I'm gonna make this a quick video just to showcase this book, and then I'm gonna do this one too because I didn't know you can optimize Kali Linux, and stuff like that. So I mean, not that I didn't know you could. What I'm trying to say is it's more of I want to see what they consider optimizing Kali Linux, or what this person considers, because that'd be really cool to know. Right? It's probably something I already know, but I want to see. It's intriguing. You know what I'm saying? It's exciting, man. This field is exciting. It's like, there's constantly something cool to learn. It's like this stuff is cool, man. So controls and best practices and stuff, I already know all that stuff. But you can go through this book. So this is saying it's a basic book, right? It's all the basics, but I would say it's not even basics. It's like it's the necessities, right? You need to know this stuff. It's if you're going to get into cybersecurity, I would say it's the basics, but it's the necessary basics, right? So yeah. So that was Hack the File. And if you guys want to talk about something, or you want me to do a video on, what I feel about this and that, degrees, not, or whatever, I don't care, versus learning through books, because obviously I like learning through books, and I like doing the knowledge, the stuff myself, and then, so, but if you want my real, you want to talk about it or whatnot, let me know in the comments or whatnot. So, all right, so that was Hack the File. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, bye.